How you doing, Meepo? Hey, what is this? Hold on. What the fuck? Alright, let me connect to the Discord and figure this out in a sec. So if there's bro.
How's it going?
It's okay. My nose is very itchy right now. My chat bot decided to not work properly. It did a thing, but it's not displaying stuff properly on my screen. And I use that.
Hi, Mitha.
You're doing good. That's good, Meep. Your rose was sniffy early, but now you're fine. See, mine is like, if I blow my nose, like I won't blow my nose for a little while, but then after a little while, I'm like, I could feel a little bit of bits in there, right? Let me get rid of that. It's been kind of annoying me. I'll get rid of it. I get rid of it, and then my whole nose is like, floodgate time. Time to produce tons of snot. Make it itch like crazy. It'll be great. I hate it. Everything about life. And if you notice a poofiness right here, it's because I have a heating pad on. So that's why this side might look a little poofier. Based off of some stuff I read online and whatnot about yesterday's thing, / understanding more of the stuff that my mom has. My mom also has Crohn's disease.
Oh, fuck.
And that, so far, statistically, is 20% hereditary.
Oh.
And some of the symptoms I'm having are very similar. Periodic flare-ups, feels like your intestines are inflamed. Oh, it's a good time.
You're gonna want a doctor to confirm it, obviously.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. But the heating pad in the past has made it feel better. Because I've used the heating pad in the past, so I'm not taking their medical advice of online stuff.
That's
But yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
What do you do? Is there meds you can take for Crohn's?
Yeah, so like if you're apparently less severe, there's like anti-inflammatory meds that you take every once in a while when it like flares up.
Is your mom taking that?
I'm not sure which one she's taking.
Just give me your mom's number. I'll call her.
No, that's okay. You don't need a umbrella. I know. I've seen what you've done to other moms.
Have you?
Yeah. So.
Thought I had those videos scrubbed from the internet.
Not the ones I've. So she. Or, if you have really bad Crohn's disease, you have to take a different kind of medicine, apparently. And then apparently if you have really, really bad Crohn's disease, you have to, like, have some invasive surgery and all that shit.
Oh, goddamn.
And they don't really have enough research on Crohn's disease yet. They don't know what causes it and whatnot.
Man, fuck this guy Crone. Like, come up with a better disease, dude.
Yeah, I don't know why he did that. So, yeah. But it could just be irritable bowel, which is less severe, but still poopy.
Oh, come on.
Either way,
less poopy.
no. Irritable bowel is associated with constipation sometimes, so that's kind of funny.
Oh.
IBS-C, as some people like to call it. Oh!
Please, teammate.
Thank you, Mika. Thank you for the funny joke. To which the IBS thing, you have to, one good way to deal with it is, for one, being more active.
Really?
Yeah, like yoga, and they specifically said yoga and
That
Because
helps,
yoga can...
that helps with Crohn's or IBS?
No, IBS.
I didn't know that was that was a thing. I didn't know that activity had anything to do with that.
Yeah, it like wiggles around your insides a bit. Kind of gives them a nice little friendly massage.
You're not wiggling your insides enough, huh?
Yeah. Plus, I think that's better for overall health anyway. But
Yeah.
I should say I think, I know.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, instead of not having any physical activity at all, I guess I should really take it seriously and just get a little bit in. So today, I've been doing yoga over the last week. So today I did some elliptical and some yoga.
That's good.
And it felt good, and I'm going to hate myself tomorrow.
I hope that lessens your symptoms.
Oh, it made me feel better today. I was feeling like crap.
Yeah,
most of the
I
day.
hope it works towards like a long-term help as well.
Yeah. Hope so too. And then diagnosis for Crohn's sounds like it could suck.
Yeah.
Might be decently expensive because they said, oh, blood test might be able to do it.
Blood tests aren't expensive.
That's fine. Blood test is fine. But then they're like, but they also might need to go in there, up Periscope and
Oh boy.
get a camera way up in there and
Nice.
check your small intestines or check your large. It's great.
Yeah, that does not sound fun or inexpensive.
Yeah. Yeah, Crohn's is basically like just an inflammation in your intestines. So, well, thank you for your sympathy there, Meat. I appreciate it. And you
Just
too,
want an
Sandra.
exclusive to look up your asshole.
Yeah, give me that tape.
God, that Crohn's guy, he was a real perv.
Real kinky dude. But if you're a perv to yourself,
Oh yeah, I want to see my own asshole. No, I have a disease. That's why I'm looking. It's
oh, God, I
called
gotta sneeze.
Crohn's disease.
Chrome's to sneeze. Oh my God, my nose! Please stop itching so much. My nose is just basic allergy BS. I'm used to that. I don't care. It's just mildly annoying, not all day pain in your gut. Ooh, get that in there.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. So anyway, how's everybody? How's life? That includes you, Sunbro. How's life?
Yeah, you know.
I don't know. That's why I asked.
I don't have Crohn's disease.
Oh.
So
Wow.
That's something.
That guy did not hit it. God damn it. Life is something. It sure is. For IBS stuff, they said to lower your stress. Oh boy. I don't emotionally get stressed that much, but I do have a decent amount of like mental / physical stress otherwise.
Any stress from
less.
your work? Or just
Yeah, not
like
really.
anxiety?
I don't have
Just anxiety.
I put the anxiety and the emotional stress, so I don't have that much, as long as it's not like I'm not in the certain situation.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's whatever.
Oh!
Ooh, my God, Sunbro. And then but yeah, like mental stress from like work, and then I gotta stream and I gotta keep schedule and all that stuff. That's stress. It's not necessarily negative, but it could have. It still has like It still wears you out, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I've said before, I would not be able to stream every day like you do.
And I don't feel like I'm getting wore out necessarily, but I just gotta like take it a little easier and relax a little bit more. Salty, your grandpa's still here? Yeah, that sucks.
Oh, what the fuck?
I went to look for a Meep stream today, and there was no Meep stream.
What the fuck, Grandpa? You know, give me your grandfather's number. I'll call him.
Or not today, yesterday. Sorry. today's Tuesday.
I'll talk to your grandpa for you.
And I saw your message in your Discord, and I got sad. The days blend together.
Everyone should just send me their like emergency contacts. The like, you know, the ones that you put in your eyes when there's an emergency. Like, where's my emergency contacts? I can't see. Oh, I thought that was gonna come out.
You're calling me
your
old.
grandpa's number.
You're calling me old man. What turns out I'm your grandpa.
Oh my god.
And surprise, Meep, come into the room. Come on over. Have a seat. I'll do an interview. Streamer to streamer interview. She's shy. She's shy, guys.
Shy guy.
She wears a mask all the time.
You know, if teammate hadn't fucked that one, we could have actually made like a comeback here.
If you wouldn't have grabbed my boost, you bitch.
Hey, you gotta be quicker than that.
Oh god. I don't have that. I don't know what I'm doing.
Maybe if you had boost, you could have gotten it.
I hate contacts too, but oh my god.
It was a joke about like emergency contacts. It was a real funny joke.
Please, sir, explain some more. Oh, you cried they hurt so much? They're just super odd.
Mifa, you have a green screen? Funny joke! Caitlin Neko, your bot is just will not cooperate.
Okay, how you doing?
We're gonna have to say, oh hail to the Kimochi stream. That's what does Kimochi bot sound like, so that we can imitate it.
Oh, I didn't see Meep's haircut on Twitter. Oh my god.
I like Mifa's new haircut.
How you doing? Okay, how you doing? Well?
I haven't seen it, but I like it anyways.
Oh, you're wearing completely green, Meepa. Yeah. I forgot to tell the audience that. I'm wearing a green shirt actually, but it's not saturated green.
I don't do Twitter. But if I was on Twitter, I would have seen your haircut and I would have liked it.
Yeah, my bot's not welcoming people or something. I don't know.
I am the old man. I do Reddit, and that is I do Reddit and YouTube. Those are my two vices.
Quotes work, so who cares?
I do not use Facebook. The last post I made on Facebook was, "Boy, I really like this BioShock 2." that tells you how long ago I was on Facebook. And I only made one because my friend peer pressured me into it.
I have a Facebook, but man, I haven't used it in a while. Not that long. That's ridiculous. I forgot this song gets all.
I can see the haircut. I like hair. Hair's like probably the first thing I notice on a lady.
I noticed their lips first.
I mean, you know, other than boobs. Yeah, that was just a given.
Yeah.
So we're talking about, you know, the 1B, the first thing you noticed after the first thing.
I watch people's lips a lot when they talk, so I notice their lips.
I notice their personality. That's the first thing I see when I look across the room.
That. Yeah, when was my last post?
God, look at the size of her personality.
Oh wow, one of my friends on God, Facebook. One of my friends on Facebook says he really wants some shepherd's pie. Oh boy!
Ooh.
That's news.
I don't have this.
My last post was... Maybe I should give my last non-Gundam related post. Because for a while there, I was only really posting pictures of my Gundams. Oh, shit!
That's kind of similar to, like, the Natalie Dormer haircut thing, where it's, like, kind of, like, I don't know if, like, shaved is right, but, like, really low on one side and then combed to the other side. I don't know if there's, like, a name for that. But that reminds me of what Natalie Dormer did. Oh, what?
I hit it. I'm fucking everything up. Oh, God, I quit. Wait, did you post? Wait. Oh, you did. Oh, you posted it in Discord? Let me see. Oh, nice.
Number 3, see if she's taller than me.
That kind of reminds me of, I think Angel had a haircut similar to that at one point, right? Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, that's neat. You don't see that kind of haircut very often. It stands out. Very nice.
Wait a minute.
I got a haircut recently, but it's very plain and boring. Just like...
That's kind of shorter on the sides, right?
Damn it.
Am I looking at that right? I've got lights in my eyes.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Is like it's kind of like the Natalie Dormer haircut. I know you probably don't know that, but that's what I was saying. Is like kind of like shaved. Yeah, shaved on one side, and then it's kind of like all coming down on the other side. It's a very unique. It really stands out.
You're the bounty lady in Monster Hunter.
Oh yeah.
Except she, I think, like...
It's not quite the same, but I see what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a fine haircut. I approve. You have your grandpa's approval. Oh. Oh, he's gonna hit it before I can hit it. No, I was supposed to go out for it. Oh well. Hey, yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, she needed our approval. She was submitting it to. Oh,
no. That's alright. It's alright, he's got it. You've got it.
I was backwards that whole time with no boost. Oh, now we're only gonna lose 3-0.
Not if I have anything to say about it. 4-0.
This was all 4-0? Then what are we fighting for?
Ah, fuck.
That guy I was telling you about made a video about bad voice acting in video games, and that was one of the ones he used.
Nice.
I have played like really well in a couple of our losses already, so you know what? I'm not gonna beat myself up about it because I did my best.
I'm not doing well.
Yeah, you got Crohn's disease. You're doing like real shit. You're doing real shits.
If only they were the real kind of shits.
Oh, is that the problem? You're not doing real shits? Oh no.
Yeah.
I just complimented myself and I totally whiffed.
Good job, sub bro.
Thank you. Not my fault I'm out of water.
I still have my Qdoba beverage from earlier today. Some nice mellow yellow zero with peach and raspberry.
Oh, So close to the greatest kickoff pinch.
Oh god, I gotta blow my nose again.
What?
What in?
I fired it as hard as I can towards their side, and it somehow hit our teammate and went straight towards our goal. And I thought you were indisposed with your nose situation, so I thought I was about to have owned goal by hitting teammate. By shooting it towards their net, I was gonna own goal, but then you saved it, so we were denied that ridiculous replay.
No, but I'll blow my nose now. Not on stream though. Hold on. Where's my editor? Editor. Here we go.
Do we have new weekly challenges?
I don't know. I didn't check. Hold on. I'm gonna meet.
Oh my god. I still need to use WoW. I need to use WoW one more time. Yeah, Rua died. Mifa, you're so quick.
Oh my god, it's everywhere.
Mifa's,
they stream
Mifa's
won't see.
so quick to eulogize people. She really cares.
Mifa, you ever thought about working at like a funeral home or something?
You ever thought about being a eulogologist? Eulogologist? Eulogy-geologist? I still have to use WoW.
Oh
Boom.
god, no.
Boom.
Nice.
Why are we still
Whoa.
here? Just to suffer.
That should
Oh,
do
just-
it. That should be all my WoWs now.
Wow. Teammate,
Wow.
you should have went. When you're losing, teammate, you didn't even go for that ball right away.
Cause I'm a losing baby. Oh.
There we go. Hold on, Meep. You want me to be a ghost? Watch, I can be a ghost. Watch. Oh!
That's not what real ghosts sound like.
You can only see my lips now, really. It's great. That's all ghosts have, are lips. Oh! Oh, he's gonna have it. Asparagus. No, he didn't have it. Fuck off. No, don't worry about it. I'm just a pair of lips. A bit... And a tongue. I've always wanted to tongue the stream, and now I can. I love when somebody misses and then they say calculated. It's like, what? It was just a whiff. I was really wanting to fire to that first line.
Yeah, I was really hoping that was gonna be it.
No, that's okay.
Oh my god! We did it! We came in down 2. Now we're tied. That was a good shot.
I'm watching myself in my camera. It's hilarious.
Teammate, you should be so grateful.
I should
I
just
got it.
stream to myself. You're welcome. Oh, my nose is still
Ooh, I
itchy.
almost scored. Almost finished this in regulation.
Yeah. Oh.
Yep.
Ooh. Ah.
Yep.
I can't put the value back. I gotta play the game.
Oh no, we did.
We're not dead yet. We're not dead yet.
Oh, what a save! My car's so
Yeah.
grape, I can taste it. Tastes like shitty grape medicine.
You're getting graped in the mouth right now.
You betcha.
Oh, Summer. Oh, please. I'm just gonna. They're gonna have that.
Kind of just want teammate to sit in that while we.
Yeah, instead of being a part of that accidental triple commit, I was just part of it because I had to.
Yeah, you were setting us up, or setting me up, but then you fucking didn't need to be there.
Oh, that was weak.
Oh my god! I was on fire this game. Look at that shit. Someone should have hit that. I mean, someone did hit that.
I was just going for a block. I'm back. I'm alive. Easy
Yeah, I
peasy.
did my wows.
Do I want to play with teammate again? I actually don't.
We
No.
do not.
I didn't like him.
I did not either. I was literally saying, please just stay back and play goalie so that we can finish this. So, chiropractors are bullshit. I learned that.
I used to go to the chiropractor.
I thought that they were like, you know, like doctors. They call themselves doctors.
But
But-
they are not.
They like half of them don't even have x-ray machines. Like, how the fuck are you working on somebody's spine and you're not even like looking at it with an x-ray?
You know, they feel your little vertebrates on your back. You know, that's good enough.
It is not good enough. And some of them are doing that shit to babies, which is fucking nuts because their skeletons aren't finished like forming and shit. Oh, if I had boost, I would have scored. And
Yeah, babies is a bit nuts.
so, like, some of them are fine. Some of them are doing like actual physical therapy or like massage therapy, and that shit is just fine. Some of them are not real doctors. If I had boobs, I would have scored.
Ah! Said if you had boost. Just
If
said
I had boobs, I could probably score whenever I wanted.
boost. That's true.
Oh shit. Can you relieve me? Thank you.
Men are horn dogs. Is that a sandwich?
It depends on you need like 3 people to make a sandwich.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh, good. Oh, I fucked up the guy though. That's good.
So some of them are charlatans and will charge like over $100 to do like 10 minutes of popping, which isn't actually healing you. That like massage part can like make you feel better for a while, but then it's gonna wear off and you gotta come back, and that's exactly how they
Oh,
make
fuck.
their money.
It does feel really good. I didn't touch that. Not yet.
Yeah, because massages actually have value. But you can see like a massage therapist for that. You don't need to go to a guy who's pretending to be a doctor and he's gonna
Yeah.
sell you a bunch of other dumb shit. Again, not all of them, but some of them do that. And some of them, so like they're not licensed to give vaccines because they didn't go to fucking medical school. They went to how to pop someone's back school.
Yeah.
So I got greedy. So they can't do vaccines. So that's money that they're like missing out on by not being able to do vaccinations. So some of them are telling people, "Hey, come on in. We will manipulate your child's back and boost their immune system so that you won't need the vaccinations.
Oh God.
Yeah,
See,
because what they want is they want you to come to them for all of your medical shit, or as much as they can. They want
Right.
to be the one-stop shop. So, go ahead.
Well, my chiropractor would talk about boosted immune system with all that shit, and I never fucking believed it. But like, he didn't actually say like, I am preventing shit, or don't come get a vaccine. He only said
they won't tell you not to get a vaccine, but because obviously then they could get in serious trouble. But they'll allude to like, this is just as good kind of thing.
Oh yeah, mine just said it's boosted immune system, so hopefully if you do get sick, you can fight it a little easier.
Yeah, obviously that's bullshit.
Yeah, but I was just like, whatever. It felt good. I wasn't paying for it.
The guy. Go ahead.
Apparently, my spine was in like a mildly funky alignment, according to him, and so he helped fix that.
God damn it.
But that's according to him. I don't fucking know.
They're like spine doctors you can go to, like people who actually. Yeah. Those are the people you should talk to with a spine problem.
Yeah, and I didn't feel like I had a problem. It was just mainly like my mom liked that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Shit that my mom believes in.
Because
it felt good, and
when you talk to him, he probably wasn't doing anything wrong. Now, those guys were in their own gentleman's agreement on the same team.
I admire the commitment.
Like, you come in there and they probably can do some like actual good, or at least make you feel good. And if it makes you feel good and they're not actually, that's the thing, is that they can like fuck things up by messing with your neck and back. There's like nerves and shit that they can ruin and cause serious damage. The guy who originally came up with it in the 1800s was a complete quack. He was all into the magnetic healing, which is obviously ridiculous. Magnets have no healing properties. Gwyneth Paltrow.
That's another thing my mom believed in. She's like, "Oh yeah, let me give you my magnetic bracelets." I'm like, "No."
Oh Jesus.
But she was on copper for a little bit too. She's like, "Yeah, these new copper ones."
What is teammate doing? So he claimed that you got all the time in the world. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Should not have touched it at the end.
Yeah, your spine is not like connected to the immune system. That doesn't make any sense. So the guy who came up with the magnetic healing stuff claimed that he cured a man of being deaf by massaging his spine. Like, there's no nerves even connected to your fucking ears.
Yeah, that's
just insane. Like the school, the #1 school for training chiropractors is named like Palmer University, I think, and Palmer is the guy, the magnetic healing guy. So they haven't really separated themselves from its origins, because sure, that guy could have been wrong originally, but it could have branched out into real science. But really, they're not distancing themselves from him like they should, and like saying that original claim he made about curing deafness was bullshit. Like the official like chiropractors association or whatever.
Oh, we did it.
That was pretty sick. I was so glad the teammate missed, because I was calculating the whole way, and then I almost got demoed. That was nice. Yeah.
Could have meant it being dead.
Well, that's the thing. The dead guy was deaf before he died. That's what killed him, and he was cured of both things. No, it's just real shitty, because people spend their money on that. Like even if they get some relief out of it or whatever, and they manage to not get fucked up, it's just sad that they're spending that money like that for someone who's lying. And then the kid stuff. Oh my god, what the fuck? Stop massaging a baby's spine. Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna be mildly. I'll say that mildly it has an indirect effect on boosting your immune system because somebody could go in and gain morale and happiness out of it.
Yeah, like the placebo effect is real.
Yeah, but that's nothing. Like that's not gonna cure you of like a disease. That's not gonna do anything. That's not. You're not gonna not get measles because you fucking you did that.
Right. You can get the placebo effect from going to a real doctor as well, and him like telling you what you should actually do. Just like the feeling of going somewhere to get help and to get treatment. The feeling of like someone has seen your condition and analyzed it.
Yeah. I think this oh god, that block. I think a lot of this can also maybe highlight America's overly expensive medical system because chiropractors could be cheaper than going to a spineman.
Yeah, that does suck.
No, I wanted to hit it and pass it before he did. So like, going to a spine doctor is going to be goddamn expensive as fuck. But chiropractor, $100. Mine was like 40. That's cheap. Teammate left.
That's kind of even more heartbreaking though, because the people that can't afford to get real help are now losing what they do have to somebody who's possibly not doing anything. Yeah. Like again, some of them are helping. Some of them are people who originally wanted to become like physical therapists, physicians, or like massage therapists kind of things, but it's so costly to start your own clinic that it's a lot easier to start a chiropractor clinic, that they go that route and then use like actual science to fucking help people. God damn, what a shot.
Yeah.
So if you're doing that, if you happen to find a guy that's using real science, lucky you and everything. Hopefully he's actually using X-rays and real science. It just sucks that it kind of slipped in under the radar, and apparently they did like a bunch of lobbying back in the 1970s, and they're accepted by like insurance companies and shit.
Yep.
So it has this veneer of being a real thing. Got him. Teammate, don't you dare.
I hate that insurance companies do accept it too, because it's just like there's a lot of dumb shit that like insurance companies fight. Like for my tooth, for example, they wanted I got an implant, right? They were gonna reject the implant because they were like, it's purely cosmetic, and it was like, no, because they wanted to put a bridge in, and a bridge, oh fuck, I'm trying to go around a bridge. They have to grind down 2 perfectly good teeth on each side of it to like eraser heads in order to put it in the bridge. So you're now ruining 2 perfectly good teeth, and you have a bridge, and the bridge is suck to clean. Like, and they're just in general, they're dumb. And I was young, right? So they're like, why fuck up this like this 19-year-old's mouth even more? And so basically they fought the insurance company and actually got it approved.
Thank God.
But like, what is that shit? Like, you're gonna accept chiropractors, but...
Oh my God, he gave it to me and I didn't know it was gonna happen. Yeah, it's real shitty what insurance companies will do. And they make a shitload of money too. It's a lot of times I don't think it's because they're like trying to keep their company, their like mega corporation alive. It's just gotta look good on the bottom line for the shareholders.
Yep.
And again, lobbying. How many fucking times do you hear like this real shitty thing's happening because a bunch of corporations gave money to politicians to write the laws to be the way they wanted them to be?
Yep. Corporate America, man, I hate it. Oh, I ran a boost. Oof.
That's why we need a politician that's like publicly funded or personally funded who wants to break up that kind of lobbying stuff, which Trump
Yeah.
used to fucking talk about. God damn it! It would have been so nice if he could have done that.
Not in.
Oh,
That's not in.
he used to talk about taking away Scientology's tax exempt status too. It's like there was a couple of things he could have done that would have actually, I'd have been like, all right, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But they were just all talk. He never actually did those things.
Can you imagine somebody in a political position that was all talk? Fuck, I didn't shot that wrong.
He was gonna drain the swamp. It would have been nice if you had actually drained the swamp. That would have been a good thing. But then he like hired Goldman Sachs employees. You can't get any swampier. Oh. Oh. Virus!
Bruce, how you doing? Oh, hey-o.
Always good to see you, Virus.
Ah, no! Oh,
Teammate.
no!
Come on.
Oh.
That was the best pass I could do with no boost. Thanks a lot, Proper Cthulhu. 76 points.
Oh, that guy did a fast
As
kickoff.
well.
Oh, no. He's gonna have that before I do. Oh, their fast kickoff didn't work out in their favor. It's nuts.
We need a command virus. Nice. Just do it yourself.
Calculated. Yeah, the guy missed. That's calculated.
Teammate said calculated.
Yep.
Guy who barely got to 100 points before the end of this match is gonna talk shit.
I don't know if he's talking shit. I think it's more like just in general, people are like, "Oh yeah, that was lucky." Oof. Yeah, well, it's a whiff. Like people whiff all the time. Calculated's more like two people pinch it and it bounces off like 3 walls into the net.
Yeah. You say calculated when you did something and then like something happened that you obviously weren't expecting, but it made it look like you're better than you actually are.
Yeah. And I was trying to aim it towards the net.
Yeah, you
Just didn't expect anyone to
shot
whiff.
it. You shot it on goal. They just missed.
It happens. That's the video
Idiots
game.
need to learn how to use quick chats correctly.
You need to know how to use words, really.
Go to Rocket League school.
Man, all these kids making up words.
I really like this new animated decal. Yeah, Rocket League University. RLU.
That's where we learned all of our things.
How are you, Virus?
The game fantastic. Fantastic is my game.
Beat you.
Promise no virus.
You're too
And if
slow.
you wish.
Scan if you wish.
What is that from?
Say from a Vine Sauce video.
Is that Mr. Vinesauce saying that?
Yeah, Mr. Vinny Vine Sauce was saying it. He got a thing in the. He got an email of some person wanted to promote his like game, but it was clearly Google translated real horribly when they sent it. So he said basically, he said the game fantastic. Fantastic is my game. Promise no virus. Scan if you wish.
So that was them saying like, go ahead and scan this if you want. We promise it's not a virus. That's
Yeah.
great. context makes that even funnier.
Am I playing Okami? I hope so. If I don't, it's because my guts destroying my insides.
Look at this! Look at me go! Let me go bump the goalie in time to spin around and get your pass.
And then boop it. It was a good, well-paced boop.
Well paced, well arced. It had a nice 3-act structure, so it was well paced.
I watched another conspiracy theory guy today talk about mildly how space isn't real. So then the one guy said, "All right, if space isn't real, where does Earth exist then?"
Yeah, that would be the obvious question.
Like, that's just such an easy question. It's like, okay, but
I guess what he means is like our conception of outer space is a lie, not that like we don't exist anywhere.
yeah,
Because they have to not believe in like satellites. And,
yeah, he asked a lot of dumb questions on like comets. Look at they got like the trail and whatnot coming off of them.
They passed
I guess
the boats.
they're good questions, but his conclusion is bad.
What do you mean?
So comets, they have the trail coming
The
off.
guy asking questions of the conspiracy theorist?
No, the conspiracy theorist is asking these questions.
Oh, okay.
Like, thinking they're gotcha questions, right?
What kind of
Like,
So he's the one asking about comets?
yeah. So comets have their trail, right?
Right.
They have kind of 3 trails, 2.5. One's an ion trail, getting blasted away by
The
solar
sun.
winds, like directly away from the sun at all times. 'Cause it's fine. It's going
Right.
via. I don't know what force is it. Electromagnetic force that's blowing it away at that point. Because then there's the second trail, which is the slower kind of solar wind part, which is blasting it away where the comet was. So, and kind of starting to orbit the star with the comet. So that one will be curved.
Okay.
And you'll notice a really big difference when you're really close to the sun, and it's like, because you'll have the ion trail going straight away, but then the curved one will go where the comet was, so it'll be like curved, kind of wrapped around the sun, if that makes sense. It's hard to show without
Yeah.
to describe without a.
We're both trying to play Rocket League, and that's a very visual thing. But
Yeah,
I'm still
yeah.
on board.
And then
What's
you
the third
have
trail, just like water vapor.
It's basically like it's the comet kind of has its own atmosphere in a way, called the coma. That's kind of like a cloud around itself, and that thing is bowing away from the sun a little bit. So that one's a lot harder to notice. And it's kind of it's kind of a trail, but it's not really. You can notice it, but it's not like getting necessarily blasted away. Well, anyway, then he asks, yeah, well, it's getting blasted away because it doesn't have an atmosphere. So, like, the coma's not really an atmosphere, right? But it's like a cloud.
Right.
But he's like, it doesn't have an atmosphere because so it gets blasted away. So the moon's dust, why isn't that getting blasted away from the moon? Huh?
Interesting. And that's one of the craziest things about these kind of people is that they're not all just like morons. A lot of times they've heard about and like thought about stuff that most people just take for granted. This is like that is a good question.
Yeah, it's a good question, but the conclusion he gets from these questions is I don't know how this works, therefore
Right.
conspiracy.
They don't think there's something more that smarter people have already figured out that I haven't. That's the biggest problem, and that's one of the big reasons why flat Earth stuff and all this conspiracy stuff can be interesting. Is that they ask questions, you're like, oh shit, I actually don't know the answer to that. It doesn't mean I believe them, but now I get to learn a little something about how the world works because I actually don't know the answer to that. Because like moon dust is like pretty fine, you would, but I guess like if there's an impact, it would send some of it up and out of into space. But otherwise, like it settles and then gravity keeps it there, I assume.
Yeah, it's just mainly gravity, and also the dust is heavier usually than water vapor. So it doesn't turn into vapor. It's like it's a solid dust. So it's a little harder for it to get launched away. It doesn't sublimate, as it were.
How's it going, Angel?
Angel.
Talked about how chiropractors are bullshit. And we talked about how space is bullshit. Those things are equally legit.
Then he asks, why doesn't Jupiter get blown away too? It's like, well, okay. A couple things. One, because Jupiter's got a lot of mass. Two, the magnetosphere. So the magnetosphere makes the ions and shit wrap around and go to the poles, and that's why you have borealises and junk. And yeah, chiropractors are really dangerous. They're all maniacs. They wave around knives. But yeah, they're dangerous.
Yeah, we talked about them for like 20-30 minutes.
But like, so I hate, as we've said before, I hate this thing doesn't work the way I think it does. Therefore, I know how it works. I know how it works. It's a conspiracy. It doesn't exist, or whatever, right?
And if you give me some bullshit explanation, some scientist said, you're just part of the conspiracy too. I can't believe you believe him, you sheeple. Michael, jack off your son. What?
Wow.
Oh boy.
Oh god. I didn't think he was coming for it.
Did you know chiropractors always pour the milk before the cereal? All of them?
They use water in the cereal.
That's one of the things that they're taught. They water down the milk. That's what
Trying
they're
to save
taught
money.
at chiropractor school. Yeah, monsters.
See, that would be calculated. The guy didn't necessarily whiff. He shot it into his own net.
Mm-hmm. Chiropractors wipe their ass with paper towels instead of tissue paper.
Oh god, and then they clog shit up. Oh! The boy, great segue. That reminds me. So I was going to the bathroom at a Target. Trying to.
Oh, the Crohn's disease.
Yeah. I was waiting in line. Oh yeah. I might have problems with my gut.
He's dying. He has
I'm
Crohn's.
dying. I might have Crohn's disease or irritable bowel syndrome or something. Who knows? But anyway, I was at Target waiting to use one of the stalls, and too late. There were two guys in the stalls, and clearly they knew each other because, boy, they sure were chatting with each other.
In the
whole
stall
time.
of a private bathroom, a public bathroom.
In a public bathroom, yeah.
Oh man.
And the one guy was saying stuff. At one point, the one guy like makes a over-exaggerated grunt, and then the other guy goes, "Don't hurt yourself, man."
Ugh.
And
Sounds like a chiropractor.
They were younger though. They're probably, if I had to guess, by their voice and by the things that they were doing / saying, they were probably in their teens still. Something that Barry would do, you know.
Typical Barry.
But I was just sitting there waiting, and I'm like, God damn, like, just get it over with, like, stop talking. And then one of them threw a wadded up toilet paper over the stall of the other one.
What?
And I was like, well, that could have been, you know, who knows if that was regular wadded up toilet paper or it was a poopy. It was a poopy toilet paper. And so I was just like, you know what? I'm not gonna, you know, there's a family restroom that's over there. That's just, you know, I can lock the door. I'm gonna go in there. I'm not dealing with this anymore.
What the shit? Who like fucks around in a public bathroom like that?
I don't know. I mean, young people, you know,
God damn
high
it,
school
Barry.
students.
Barry, quit wiping your ass and throwing the toilet paper over the side of the stall.
Women.
Women. I need, you know, I've been saying, it's one of my New Year's resolutions was to spend more time in women's bathrooms. You know, get that perspective.
Get that culture.
Mm-hmm.
That bacteria culture.
Ooh, nice.
You know, it's all about the smells and the tells. This guy's really like bumping. Kind of dumb. Oh, my nose.
Are there a lot of women talking to each other in the stalls of the women's bathrooms, Angel? And if so, could you record it and play it on stream?
I just, you know, when I'm there, I just don't want to talk to anyone when I'm doing my business, you know?
Yeah, like I have enough communication with people throughout the day. Give me 5 goddamn minutes to myself.
Yeah. Plus, I don't have anything important enough to talk about while I'm taking a shit.
Yeah, like if you're trying to cure cancer and you need like every second you can get.
Or maybe you're a doctor or something and you're going
Yeah.
through some important surgery and you need to discuss something, but you really, you know.
Like it's got to be pretty fucking time sensitive if you're talking in the bathroom.
And then the people that make too much noise when they're in the bathroom. My God. There's one guy that I know every single time if he's in the bathroom in the stall because he's making this weird like like whistle noise.
He's whistling. Or
Yeah,
is
he's like
his-
doing a-
Or is his penis broken?
No, he's like doing a whistle. He's like, and it's always like that all the time.
An extra hole on the top. It's just like whistling.
He needs to blow into a catheter to force all the pee out. I don't understand. He just does that, and I know because he enters the bathroom doing it. You're just
You
like,
ever
do
had
it.
someone like start like singing or humming? And it's just like, come on.
Oh yeah.
If you're in your own bathroom, I don't give a shit. But just let's all pretend like we don't exist for just a few minutes here. Typing over a plate of food, yeah. We're comfortable around each other.
Ugh!
Ah, each other.
We're so comfortable.
Three Blind Mice? Was that just a song you liked, or was that your bathroom song? That guy's getting his wows in.
That make the poopies come out easier? Is that what I need to do?
I definitely was hearing that last message in the Legolas voice. And we were comfortable around each other. You like see other pop up on the screen as a typo. It was your bathroom song? You reserved it for the bathroom? I never had a bathroom song.
Yeah, that's not.
I did take my Game Boy in the bathroom. Holy shit. That was the life.
Yeah, I do that. I do that with the Switch sometimes.
Yeah, it must be nice.
Or having to do something. Oh! Get fucked!
Oh, that was gonna be a wow, but I've already changed it back.
Look at. Whoop! Bam!
That's an air dribble, son. We haven't had a new stadium in a while.
No.
What was the recent one? Like the beach one, I think? The most recent?
Yeah, I think the beach was the most recent.
Not that that's the most important thing. Like they've been crushing the Rocket Pass stuff, so that matters to me a lot more.
Change of scenery is always nice, though.
Yeah, it's cool, and everyone's like hunting for the newest arena. I wonder if I set my favorites on that. I remember I did something a while back.
You made a mistake. Too much food. You had leftovers. That's good, right?
It kind of depends on what it is as to whether leftovers are viable.
I'll eat it, no matter what.
Some things don't reheat very well.
Bread, it's soggy, whatever.
Ugh.
Oh.
Oh, good job, teammate, for not scoring it accidentally. I'm dead.
Oh.
Yeah,
Soggy bread.
I can't go with you on the soggy bread there.
I mean, it's not the best, but I can still eat it. Ah!
Pizza is pretty good though, even if it's like reheated.
Tough.
Yeah, pizza can be in a moment of weakness. You're like, all right, whatever.
Oh, he barely sneaked that in.
I'd much rather put it in a toaster oven and get it crispy again. I know some people do like a frying pan. Yeah. I used to eat cinnamon toast waffles right out of the freezer as a kid.
Oh god.
Yeah, I actually really liked them frozen.
I can't do frozen just because I have sensitive teeth.
Yeah.
I'm just a sensitive boy. I'm a little sensitive.
I like Cheetos when they're stale. I'll actually like open the bag and let them get stale before I eat them.
I like stale popcorn.
Yeah, stale popcorn's another good one. I think I probably prefer it like hot and fresh and like butter on it, but stale popcorn is a solid snack.
I always get though, like if I go to a movie theater once in a blue moon, I always get like the biggest popcorn I can, and then I barely eat any because like they're so huge.
God, they're enormous.
But then I have tons of like stale popcorn for later.
Nice. You do not order a drink at a theater because holy fuck. Yeah. It's like, here's your 2-liter. Here's your entire fucking gallon of soda.
They also just don't have what I want. So I just don't.
I usually like sneak in a water bottle.
Yeah, either sneak in a water bottle or Or like a can.
So I suck at Rocket League again. Just been god awful in this match.
Helps always wearing cargo pants to sneak shit in.
Yeah, buddy. My theater's been like really cold lately. Yeah, I went to see Endgame, and unfortunately it was like right under a vent. So I'll bring a jacket, even though it's like 80 degrees outside. I'm bringing a jacket because it's gonna be cold as fuck, and a jacket's obviously a nice spot to hide your illegal snackaroos.
Ed at work, the one that always fucks with the AC.
Uh-huh.
He someone told me the other day, he's like, they were like saying this, they said he told me he brings in a blanket into the movie theater. Can you believe it, Ed? Oh god, you didn't have a good shot. They're like, can you believe it? And I was, trying to be like sarcastic of the can you believe it? And I was like, actually no, because he shuts off the AC and makes everyone else suffer and doesn't wear his jacket. Therefore, yeah, I'm surprised he actually comes prepared.
Can you carry that principle to work with you?
No, but I heard his reasoning the other day of why he turns off the AC. He said, because he believes he has just as much of a right to be comfortable as everyone else. That makes 0 sense, buddy. You're literally wanting to change everything to suit your needs.
Yeah.
That's
You're making
dumb.
it so that you are the one who... I am allowed to be comfortable like everyone else. They are
Therefore,
not allowed to be comfortable like me, though.
Yeah, it's such a contradictory mindset.
Yeah, I didn't drink much. I peed like the second I went into the theater because I knew it was going to be 3 hours and I didn't want to miss anything.
It was 3 hours?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And like, it's not as action-packed as Infinity War. Like, Infinity War was fucking fight scene after fight scene, just about. This one, it takes a good... Yeah, the first 2 hours are mostly dialogue stuff with characters. The action...
Oh,
really,
I was really wanting to hit
it's
the
really
lip.
the last 45 minutes where it cranks up the action.
Speaking of bathroom, I think it's a PRB time.
Let's P! R! B!
Oh, I should probably exit the match. Burp!
Yeah, the reason that we don't mind the dialogue is because we actually have been following these characters for almost 20 movies now, and we like them, and that dialogue is obviously means something. I don't think Ashton would give a shit about the dialogue. I think that, like, is kind of crazy. Howard Stark getting more... I don't know who has seen and who hasn't seen Endgame in here. But, Howard Stark getting so much screen time. Like more than he's gotten in the entire rest of the Marvel Universe. Yeah, Howard Stark is great. It's a real fan service kind of movie. Like, I think you could watch Infinity War as your very first Marvel movie and still like enjoy it, even though you don't fully grasp everything. But Endgame, you really have to have been part of the in crowd to get the full to wait out of it. I think you'd probably be bored 2 hours in if you didn't actually already care.
Yeah, me too.
Wow, part of the Me Too movement. Speaking of which, did you see that thing about Riot Games? They did that walkout.
I did. That was pretty. That was good.
Yeah. Hopefully, it leads to them, you know, getting some changes and shit. Like, man, what a fucking awful work environment they were in.
Yeah. The only thing that's remotely close to that is my boss just saying dumb fucking sexcapade stories, and he's been a lot less about that lately. Actually, I haven't heard him talk about that sort of thing in a long time. But I also haven't really talked to him very much in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've done my usual hey, what's up kind of thing, but that's about it. I haven't really had a conversation with him, thank God.
I think it's good that we pay attention to this kind of stuff because, you know, obviously the Me Too movement is very controversial, and obviously there's some things about the Me Too movement stuff that really is like a problem, but you know, like outrage before there's evidence, that kind of thing. But there's also like actual problems that need to be addressed. That are like serious issues, and you know, it's very similar to the thing we talked about with cops and like being discriminatory, is that it's very difficult to just look at stats and see things because a lot of this shit goes unreported.
Yeah.
Then you hear stuff about, you know, these like one person speaks up and then an entire company starts speaking up, and then like another company is like, well, we're gonna jump on the bandwagon too, like, hey, we've been getting treated like shit as well. We were just afraid to say anything. Oh, you got time, you got the rhyme.
I had to really think about that one for a second, how to shoot that in. I was like, oh god, I gotta tip it to the side. Ugh.
And that actually kind of segues to another thing I've been wanting to talk about, which is the wage gap. And I want to say, like, I'm not super convinced either way, and I know all the arguments about why it doesn't exist and shit, but I'm also kind of worried that, like, if you only look at reported stats, like, is there something to the story you're missing? Oh my god, what a play! Hang on a second. First I bumped this guy, and then he passes it to me. Like the argument that if women make less money, then they're willing, then a company could just hire, a company would just hire a bunch of women and like save a bunch of money. Oh my god! This is really complicated, and I have a lot of thoughts, and I'm not focused very much right now. But I don't think that is a compelling argument, because I think it's possible that there are women that are not getting paid the same. Or it's also, you know, there's like women that don't argue to get the same wage like a lot of guys do, and I don't know if that's like genetic or culture or whatever. Like maybe they don't feel as comfortable arguing for a higher wage because they're worried about sexism. Like maybe they're worried about sexism that actually isn't there. Maybe they're just, I don't know. And then there's a thing about like women oftentimes will, you know,
Mitty.
pregnant or go do something else. So I just think it's really complicated, and I kind of don't want to have too concrete of an opinion on the wage gap. Like some people are like, we gotta enact legislature and shit, and it's like may that might not be the best thing. And then some people are like, it's totally made up and it's not real, and I'm like, I'm not convinced that it's not real.
I would say my opinion of it is this: there are cases in which it does exist, but making an argument for an entire everything that it does exist is real hard to say, because you can't say that every workplace is out to get you and every boss is treating you unfairly, or company is treating you unfairly. It's incredibly complicated, and enacting equating having two equal positions, like two equal things, but the only separation is gender, you're never gonna find.
Yeah, that's an impossible thing to, and that's why this is so complicated, and that's why it seems like even the people that study this kind of stuff and like economists, it's really hard for them to. Oh man, it's really hard for them to say definitively yes or no on this whole thing, because there's going to be like pockets where it's probably sexist in the other direction even.
Yeah.
That like they give a boost to women that don't deserve it because they're trying to be equal, but they're actually not equal. But then there's still going to be assholes. Go ahead.
Or for other reasons, right? Because like, you know, maybe it's a man in the fashion industry or some shit, right? And that's primarily dominated by females, I think. I think.
And nurses are definitely
nurses,
female dominated.
So there could be
teachers, probably. I think like any kind of like care that has to do with kids is probably female dominated, just because people are more trusting of women with children than men, which is kind of messed up. But again, it's one of those things, like people are so sure it definitely doesn't exist, when like it's hard to look at just pure data and say whether or not it exists, because if there's a group of men at the top who have the power to decide like whether a woman is going to be promoted or not, they can find other reasons to not promote her that seem legit. And there's no way that any data is going to be able to bear out like, oh, that lady should have been promoted by now. Because she could have also done like legit, there could be like legit reasons for her not to have been promoted. Oh, yeah, good noodle. Okay, Caitlin, Neko, bye-bye.
Bye, Caitlin. Nice to see you. Always nice to see you. Keiki-sensei, enjoy your work.
Wow.
Teach English good. Pulse.
So I think that there's a lot of myths about the wage gap, and then people debunk those pretty thoroughly, and then declare that like wage gap is dead. But I'm also kind of like not convinced of that either.
I'd rather not say any direction, and just like any other kind of sweeping statement, I'd rather evaluate it on a case-by-case basis.
Yeah, but like, what is your opinion on overall in the workforce? Are women overall like treated fairly? It's like, well, how the fuck would I know? That's such a large, that's such a large thing. It's hard for me to have an opinion on that.
Yeah, I couldn't say anything on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like I guarantee there are places where women are treated poorly, and I guarantee there are places where men are treated poorly. I don't want either of those things.
Yeah. That's why I'd rather not have again, any sweeping statements of being treated poorly or anything like that. In general, I would just like to evaluate things on a case-by-case basis. You bring me the scenario, and I'll point at it and go, yeah, no, that's fucked up. But
The main thing when
say
you're saying it
in
doesn't
general.
is that it doesn't exist on a systematic level because that's literally illegal and really doesn't make much sense. There's certainly times there might be actual sexism and hidden by legit reasons, as you said. And that's the thing is like, it's not systematic, meaning like the law says you're not allowed to,
Or yeah.
but that like
Also workplace policies and stuff.
right.
That could be a system. But legally they can't have a workplace policy like that.
But yeah, there's definitely companies where it is like systematic, but that's just there's probably like industries where it really is systematic sexism, but you can't like point to it as easily as just like looking at some data. You certainly can't just look at how much do men make in this field, how much do women make in this field, and then declare sexism or no sexism. It's more complicated than that.
I would say that it probably doesn't exist anywhere systematically because of the legal stuff, but there's probably people who make their own little fake rules, and I wouldn't call that systematically. I would call that literal, like sexism, like we've been calling it, where it's like on an individual level, right? Like,
I mean, it could
there
be
is-
like company-wide kind of policies that have like sexist tendencies, but you can't. It's not like specifically sexist.
I don't know what that would be. I'd have to hear an example of one, because that doesn't sound... If it's anything that mentions sex of any sort, it would be real dumb. Like, and illegal. It would be illegal in general.
Right.
And somebody could literally just
But-
take this thing to the police and be like, yeah, here.
Well, that's not always that easy. It's not always you point to it, and then it's like, oh, we'll take care of that right away. Like it's really tough to prove some things that like this is definitely sexist.
Oh, you dick!
That can be a tough thing to prove in court and like expensive. And a lot of times the company has the resources to fight it. So stuff that's like kind of hidden sexism gets through.
I just don't know what would be hidden sexism though. Like,
Yeah,
like
I mean,
with
I'd have
girls'
to-
bathrooms smaller because of zoning regulations. Like, I'm not sure what rules you would enact that wouldn't be also enforced on males at the same time.
I had an example, but I've forgotten what it was. So just give me credit that I thought of one, okay? So
I'll
just
be
go ahead and-
reasonably skeptical. Like, I think I'm gonna
go ahead and say that I win, that I'm right,
Oh,
because I did think of one. No, it was I think it was something in a John Oliver piece about it was like this is something where they're treated real shit. What color are we? Blue? Okay. And it's just really hard. You know, a lot of times when they get fired, they can't prove that it was because their boss is sexist.
I don't have boost. I don't have boost. I don't have boost.
But again, I guess that's more on an individual basis.
Yeah.
But if a lot of individual, if there's enough individual assholes, like maybe it's not written into the rules structure, but there's like a culture of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And again, I have no fucking clue because I'm not out there doing it, but it is possible that there is just a majority of dickish, sexist company heads that are creating an overall atmosphere that is anti-women.
Yeah, I just wouldn't call that systematic because it's not officially on the books.
Sure, but it's still like a huge problem that we need to deal with.
Yeah, and I'll totally agree with that. I just terminology. I would say a system in place is something that's literally like, this is the rule. It's here written down on the books. And that's it. But But yeah, any culture, god damn, any culture
Because
or
then,
anything like that is
because
so
then when
bad.
you're like, hey, it's not systematic, it's not in the book, so it's not a problem. You like stop talking about the wage gap because it's not
Yeah.
systematic. Well, it's like, okay, it's still a problem.
I wouldn't I wouldn't argue that at all personally, because on an individual level, it's still shitty and needs to be done away with.
And again, I'm talking on like, once you have enough individuals, now you've got like a big problem. It's not just a couple of bad apples. It could be like a whole culture of bad apples. I don't know if that's true. But like again, I'm going off of anecdotal evidence that has been reported. You're hearing like you hear, even with the Riot Games, you hear like the women were all given like these shitty like nicknames and stuff. It's like, that's not systematic sexism, but that's like sexism in the workplace that like it wasn't written into the company's policies to treat women like shit.
Right.
But they were getting treated like shit, and they were too afraid to say anything or they'd get fired.
Yeah, system. The thing with being systematic is if it's not systematic, that doesn't diminish the effect of anything. It's just literally, if there's a system in place, it's easier to dismantle because you just change the rules then.
So like there could be a wage gap even if it's not systematic.
Yes, correct.
But so by saying it's not systematic, therefore it doesn't exist.
No, I wouldn't.
Is wrong.
Again, I wouldn't say that at all.
Okay.
I don't know, like, and I also like, I think on average, like, a wage gap does exist anyway. Like, even with the people that argue it, most people say, yeah, there is a wage gap, but it's not as bad as they say, because something like one of Obama's quotes was like 25-cent difference.
Mm-hmm.
Which was absolutely ridiculous, because that's not the case.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, I think something I saw was like, it was like a 4% gap, 4% like unexplained gap after they accounted for stuff like women choosing careers that pay less, women spending less time working, that kind of thing. I'm going to read this real quick before we start our next match. I would say that you can broadly say that if the data shows that women are being paid the same amount for the same work, then there's no pay gap problem. Some company can be sexist, but overall, how could it be that women in general are being paid less when the data doesn't show that? I think it does, though. Like, I think women are actually paid less for the work that they do. But there are factors that explain some of that. Like I said, they spend less time working the careers that they choose. Also, like women's a lot of, like if a woman spends 3 hours cleaning the house and cooking and shit, that doesn't get counted. She doesn't get paid for that. So it's like there's work that they're doing that isn't calculated in like the GDP and shit.
Yeah, but that's not something you would talk about in a wage gap, though.
I know. I'm just bringing up a separate issue. It's like, because I was saying like women work less according to just like the GDP of a. But I was trying to point out that they work less when you're talking specifically hours billed. If you can show there's an unexplained gap and everything else is controlled for, then that could potentially be seen as sexism. Yeah, it could be. It could be something else. Again, like the whole thing about women not arguing for a salary like men would, and maybe because they don't feel like they're allowed to, or maybe men are just more risk takers. They're more willing to bargain for their higher salary. I want to be careful not to jump to sexism as the explanation for the wage gap either. So yeah, it's just like everything else, it's kind of complicated, and people who have like way too of a reductive viewpoint on it.
Oh! Holy shit!
I think it's good that our culture in general views it as a bad thing. Like when as bad as it was for Obama to like misrepresent it, it's good that like people don't want that to be a thing in general.
Yeah.
And yeah, the laws don't allow for it.
I think the one statistic I heard that was like something like a 6 or 4 or something like that cent gap.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I don't know if that one was true, but as I would like it to be even. Like, don't get me wrong, I would love it for it to be even.
Yeah.
But I think
but we have to be careful not to do the equality of outcome thing. Like it has to be even. We have to force it to be even. Like there could be valid reasons for it not being even. I don't want sexism to be that reason, obviously.
If I only wanted to be even, I'd be trying to get, wage laws like passed, like equal rights, kind of like you must pay kind of laws be passed. But no, that's not the case. It's super complicated. Just get it in front of the net. Or quality of the work. Yeah, there's tons of factors. There's like time spent at their job. There's fucking...
I saw a thing about the women's soccer team getting paid like way less than the men's soccer team, and you're gonna say like, well, the men are like way better at soccer, and like if the two teams played each other, the men would destroy them, obviously, just because they got like the genetics, they got lucky with how they were born. But the women's soccer team wins way more games. They're like really good. The women's U.S. soccer team is fucking kick ass. And here's the most important thing. According to the video I saw, they apparently bring in more revenue. So they like that's kind of like, what else are you going to base it on but like how profitable they are in a capitalistic society? Their value is like the money that they bring in.
But yeah, I mean,
that could be a bunch of other things though, by like whatever company that sets up all the soccer organization might, the one for the women's one might just be like poorly mismanaged compared to I don't know if it's like the same, whoever pays the women might not be the same people that pay the men. Men's sports are more popular, but the women are good. The men's soccer team sucks. They didn't even qualify for the World Cup. The women U.S. team like wins the World Cup very often. So they're probably bringing in more money because people are actually watching them win, as opposed to the guys who suck. Again, you're not watching the men's soccer team like play the women's soccer team. You're watching the women play other women's teams. And like soccer just isn't that popular in America to begin with. Spike it and then poop poop.
I wanted to boot him so hard.
I could be wrong. It could be wrong if they bring in more money, but it makes sense to me because, like I said, they've won like a bunch of World Cups or whatever. They're also really fucking hot. Their shorts. I'm thinking about watching some U.S. women's soccer.
How do they bring in more revenue? Like, see, that's a complicated thing. Is like, are more people watching? Are more people going to the games?
So. I believe so. Yeah.
Do their tickets cost more?
Maybe people like spending more money on their like jerseys and shit, like going to their games.
Because I haven't heard anyone talk about women's soccer really in my life.
Them talk about men's soccer?
Yeah, only you.
So you don't hear anyone talking about USA men's soccer.
I literally I only get exposed to you talking about USA men's soccer.
I know,
and it.
that's my point. You're saying, like, I never hear anyone talk about women's soccer. I was like, well, you don't hear them talk about men's soccer either. They're both
like
very...
That's why I'm surprised. Just like I don't hear about these things. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's my surprise. Like if you told me that fucking you told me the statistic that like lacrosse was bringing in a shit ton of revenue, I'd be like, really? Like,
yeah. So I've only heard it from that one source that the women bring in more money. That it could be wrong because this was a video that was trying to say that wage gap is a thing, so it could have been biased. But I would not be surprised if the USA women's soccer team brings in more than the USA men's soccer team. Obviously, men's soccer is way more popular and makes way more money around the world.
because also like the World Cup is like men's, isn't it? And that's the only World Cup I hear about is the men's World Cup.
Oh, absolutely. The USA, the World Cup for men's soccer is like the biggest sporting event in the world.
Yeah.
It's bigger than the Super Bowl. People lose their
But
shit over that.
But is the girl thing you're talking about like specifically U.S.
Yes,
team?
specifically U.S.
Okay.
I've been trying to be very careful about saying specifically U.S. women's soccer brings in more money than U.S. men's soccer because the U.S. team has sucked for a long, long time.
That might be why it's a little bit more surprising too in my brain, is because I just hear about men's soccer with World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
But all I hear in my brain is soccer, whatever.
I also think this is a very unusual example. Like, I kind of care more about like corporate America than I do about like women's soccer. Like, obviously, I want the women's soccer team to get paid equally, but when people are talking about the wage gap, they're really more talking about corporate America, or even, you know, just like anybody doing their typical job. And professional athletes are kind of an unusual situation all around. So even if this is one pure example of a wage gap discrimination thing, you know, you can't extrapolate that to the rest of America. I know that.
Yeah.
But it is kind of a weird example, and because I think they're like protesting or something. They're like making us think about it. Which, you know, good on them. If they're actually good at soccer, they're winning and like bringing gold medals and shit to America, they should be getting paid a decent wage. Olympic athletes in general kind of get shit on. A lot of them are getting paid dog shit.
Yeah.
Unless you get good enough to get sponsorships like Michael Phelps.
In terms of entertainment, sports people, like American teams, not the Olympics, I personally think that they get paid way too much. The people.
See, they don't, though. You're talking about like your crazy superstar basketball, football kind of players?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the thing is those workers, that's what they are. They're doing a job. They are bringing in a shitload of money for their owners, and it's absolutely fair that they get a cut.
Like, oh no, I understand that they should get a cut. I'm not saying that it's not right. I'm saying that I wish that
teachers should be getting paid more than athletes. I don't think anyone would argue with that. But like, when you look at the economics of professional sports, the players are probably not getting paid enough, honestly. Has it been a trend that women are good and men bad? Specifically the U.S. soccer teams, yes. The men's U.S. soccer team has never been that good. And the women's soccer team has, like, they've been winning for a long fucking time. They've been winning, like, the whole thing. They've been getting, like, World Cups and shit.
Jesus.
And that's largely because the men have stiffer competition, if you know what I'm saying.
That guy's tag is Rocketeer Elite. I wonder what level he's at.
Yeah, there's a lot of countries out there that don't let their ladies play soccer, or they're not encouraged to do athletic stuff. What is with this game? So obviously here in America, they've got resources, and no one has a problem with women playing soccer. So that's a big reason why the women kick so much ass on the international stage. No, I went too early.
He's just jumping. Oh yeah, pass for us. Yeah.
We got one.
So long story short, I think we're on the same page with the wage gap thing.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it was mostly just I hate the idea of people saying it's all a conspiracy, it doesn't exist kind of thing. And I just think a lot of people saying that don't know enough to shoot it down. But the people that say it's a big problem also probably don't know what the fuck they're talking about either. Only I, with my galaxy brain, can know the full scope of it.
I think somebody saying that the wage gap doesn't exist in either direction would be almost, like, for one, impossible and kind of dumb, because unless you have legislation specifically for it, you're going to have a gap in any demographic, in anything.
Yeah,
ever.
Unless you're specifically making it happen, there's going to be an inequality. It's just whether, like, it's a problem or not. Like, how big is that inequality? And is there a bad reason for that inequality?
Jesus, those guys were kicking our butt. One more. By the way, I think rank ends in like a week, less than a week.
Yeah,
this season.
I want my goal explosions.
Devil May Cry is gonna be on the Switch, guys. You know what that means. Dante's in Smash, right? So
Wouldn't surprise me.
I really don't want him in Smash, though.
Oh, we're gonna be getting the Witcher 3 stuff on PC soon. Monster Hunter. Very excited.
Are we? They're having a special announcement
on the 9th
or the 10th.
The 9th. It's gonna be 35 minutes. There's no way they don't talk about Iceborne. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I really hope it's about Iceborne. But they said a Springfest announcement, so I don't know if that has to do with Iceborne or not. Or maybe they're just saying that because it's the Springfest and we're having an announcement now.
Yeah.
It's a Springfest announcement.
I'm giving you the Sunbro guarantee that it's about Iceborne. There's if my guarantee is wrong, you get nothing. By the way, it's a very flimsy guarantee.
It's not really a guarantee, is it?
It's,
I wouldn't even call it flimsy. I would say non-existent. Like the wage gap, am I right? Oh! Now the real truth comes out. I don't believe in it at all.
Oh no!
Oh no, it was a jape the whole time.
You japed me, you japer. Oh boy, you're in double overtime? I would say congrats, but fuck the Dallas Stars. Ugh. Go Tampa Bay Lightning.
Yeah, sports talk.
Who are they playing against?
So Ricky's team is against the Avalanche right now.
Oh yeah.
And they're 3-3.
Oh wow.
So he's
Oh no, you lost. Jeez, Angel, you suck at hockey. Why didn't you try winning?
Wait, the Blues won. Is that a premonition for this match?
It probably is. There's your second Sunbro guarantee. The Blues are gonna win. So we'll know the validity of my first guarantee by how the second guarantee works out. Was that an important? Is this like playoffs or anything, or is this just like a?
They're in playoffs right now.
Oh, okay. So I guess your team's out of the playoffs, huh? I guess they're not winning this Mr. Stanley the Cup. Boy, that must suck to know that your season's over.
Oh no! I got tornaded.
I could have actively worked against us to make my guarantee come true. That sucks, Angel.
Yeah, I think there's one last match on the Avs versus the Sharks, San Jose Sharks.
Yeah, my soccer team just beat Colorado just recently because Colorado sucks.
They're gonna get arrested for violence.
The Colorado head coach was fired after the game because they're so fucking bad. They played us, and then their coach got fired.
Wow. What is Colorado's? The Rapids? Is that it?
Yeah, that is actually indeed it, yeah. That is correct.
I even know our
Look at
lacrosse
you,
team, the
sports
Mammoths.
Ooh, the mammoths. Did you guys like find mammoths in like underground or something? Mammoth
Well, I
homes?
know. Yeah, well, I mean, there's in my neighborhood, in my hometown, kind of hometown. They found a mammoth.
That's
there.
cool.
So
That's
that wasn't necessarily the mammoth, but there are mammoths.
That's not the mammoth that the team's named after?
Yeah, that's probably not. I mean, they named. I believe they named like part of the neighborhood or something after it, like a section of it.
That's neat. Mammoths are cool.
No, it lost so much momentum. Oh, nice. Oh, nice.
Well, if you went to double overtime in the 7th game, then at least it was close. Like, at least you
Yeah.
guys showed you were worthy.
What? It made a hit noise. No, game. Now this is gonna go into double overtime. Look at this. Imagine-
Double overtime.
I'd classify it more than 5 minutes as double overtime.
Okay, I think that's fair. Woo! Woo!
Oh no! Oh! Please.
I read a
Please.
thing on Reddit about. Oh my god, I almost said Twitter. I'm so used to hearing people start with that.
Oh.
Apparently, they had like this parrot, and it was like trained to do a wolf whistle. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like the silly
Yeah.
cartoon sound, like whenever a lady walks by. And it was like a bunch of like high school kids running by with no shirts on, and they're like clearly underage, and the parrot whistles at them. They're like, "Oh God, we were mortified." That's really funny.
Oh, you know the
Yeah.
the quote in the quote system about I can't stop thinking about that cute miner or whatever,
Uh-huh.
and how I changed it to make it sound even worse.
Yeah.
Well, I basically did a quote like that in Captain Stream last
Oh yeah.
night. So he was saying,
Oh, we have a chance.
oh no. He was talking about these penguins, and he said, I don't like how these trolling penguins. I don't like these trolly penguins because they're coming from off screen. So I did. I don't like these trolly penguins because they're coming. And so
It just ended it there.
Yep. So,
Well, the Sunbro guarantee, Angel's prophetic hockey game. It's like, it's coming true.
he's like, that's not how it's spelled. I was like, that's what I heard. Is closed captioning.
Yeah. Hey, you can't tell me how the sound vibrated through the air and hit my ears. That's how it was spelled in the sound waves that I heard.
That's how I interpreted it. What do you want me to do? Let's go! Yay! Oh, boring. Oh, okay, it's still in play. Hit again, hit again. Oh, yeah. Oh, I can't. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I kept it. No, yeah!
Aw, teammate got boosted, so he's nowhere near it. I tried to pass it to him. Another day in the books. Mark it.
And I'm not shitting myself live on stream. It's great.
Not until you switch to your chatterbait.
They don't allow poop on Chatterbait.
I wouldn't know. I guess you do.
I was like, I'm real good at poop. Maybe I should find another career.
This is where I should go for that.
And then read their TOS and nope, no poop. Sorry. No on purpose poop, by the way.
Isn't
You know,
that
if you
isn't that a bunch of shit?
No,
it's
nope.
not.
If you have a little bit of an accident thing because you're doing a little something, that's fine. But just remember that, ladies.
Well then, good noodle to everyone.
Have a good noodle, son, bro. Time to switch over to the Okami.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, Angel, did you have your haircut like Meeps that was in the Discord with one side shaved, or was it both sides that were shaved? Because I thought you did that at one point, or that's what you wanted. I'm not 100% sure. I'm gonna BRB and await your reply.